Hey, word nerds. How's it going with you? My name is Spencer. This is the dictionary, where I read you the words and the definitions and all of the things. Let's get into the words. The first word is garda, Garda. This is a noun from 1934. It is often capitalized, and it is a police officer in the Republic of Ireland, specifically the Republic of Ireland. This word is from the Irish, garda, which is short for garda síochána. I'm sure that is not at all how that is pronounced, but that literally means guardian of the peace. So they just got rid of the peace part. They said, we're just gonna call you a guard. That's pretty much it. You're the guardian of stuff. So garda, guardian. It makes sense. It's very clear to my English brain. Anything else? I don't know. Yeah, so the Irish people, they're calling the police officers gardas. I feel like, is it Spanish too? Is it something similar? I'm not sure. Garda. Okay. Oh, by the way, the plural is gardi. Gardi, spelled Gardai. Didn't expect that one. All right, moving on to the sound effect, which is roar. Next we have garde manger. Garde manger. First word is Garde. Then there's a hyphen. Then it's the word manger. Manger. But it's pronounced garde manger. This is a noun from 1928. It is a cook who specializes in the preparation of cold foods. And examples of these cold foods might be meats, fish, and salads. Specifically cold food. Well, I have a feeling the etymology has something to say about that. Of course, this is French. It literally means one who keeps food. Garde manger. Manger, however you want to pronounce that, I think has to do with fooding. You know, the Italian is mangia, eat. And so garde, Garde, is probably, similar to the Irish, the guard, the one who is keeping it, holding it, making it all great. Garde manger. But I find it interesting that it is specifically about the preparation of cold food, just not food in general. I thought that maybe there would be something about cold in the etymology, but no. No, there was not. All right, garde manger. Rah! Next is garden. First form, noun from the 13th century. 1a, a plot of ground where herbs, fruits, flowers, or vegetables are cultivated. That is typically what I think of as a garden. You're growing your herbs, your fruits, your flowers, your vegetables. Oh my, look at that beautiful garden you have. It's so wonderful and gardeny. 1b, a rich, well-cultivated region. So this could be a whole big area that's well cultivated, and you can call it a garden. 1c, a container as a window box, planted with usually a variety of small plants. So this is very similar to the garden with the herbs, the fruits, the flowers, or the vegetables in your yard, in your garden, on, the ground level. But this is, you have taken it and you have shrunken it down into a little box that you put on your window, on your windowsill. Just some small plants. Look at my tiny little garden. I don't have any space outside, so I had to put them here in the window box. 2a, a public recreation area or park, usually ornamented with plants and trees. The example is a botanical garden. Somebody was just asking us a couple of days ago about the Chicago Botanic Gardens and how we think that they compare to other ones around the world. Because of course we have been to all of the botanic gardens in the world. No, that's a lie. We have not. Um, I think it's pretty good. It's a very large expanse of land with lots of different types of plants and things. Um, yeah, it's open to the public. I think that maybe you just have to pay for parking. Maybe there's a ticket. I can't remember. But yeah, there's lots of different areas, and the one in Chicago, it's outside of Chicago. It's not literally in Chicago. It's in the burbs, and they've got a very cool like Japanese garden island thing. That one's very nice, and then it's just beautiful paths that you can walk around, and there's a body of water and a bridge and stuff. I think we were in the Botanic Gardens in Wellington, New Zealand. I remember that being very nice. Maybe there was another one that I have been to. I can't remember. I don't know how many of these Botanic Gardens I have been to. It's not terribly high up on my list, but it's very nice when I come across it. Oh, actually, I was in another one. I don't know if they called it the Botanic Gardens in Frankfurt, Germany. I happened across it. I had a free day and I was just trying to wander around and find something to do. And I happened across it, and it was very cheap to enter, open to the public for a small fee. And it was huge. And it went on forever. And they had like a butterfly building and tons of different types of plants and things growing. And near the end, the rain came in, and so everybody just piled into this building that was nearby. And yeah, that was a very cool one. Okay, now we got to move on to 2B. It is an open-air eating or drinking place. Let's go to the drinking place, the open-air place for drinking and eating, and I shall call it a garden. 2C, a large hall for public entertainment. Gardenful is a noun. A noun. I know that I think the British people call their yards a garden. Here in America, we say the area in front or behind your house is the yard, and I think in Britain land, they call it the garden, which I guess would be 1B, a rich, well-cultivated region. But yeah, I didn't see anything else specific to that. So this etymology is from Anglo-French, jardin, of Germanic origin, akin to the Old High German Gart, which means enclosure. And there's more with the word yard. So yes, garden, yard, yarden, we could just call it that. Yes, there's clearly a connection. And I think in the previous episode, we saw something else like that. Or maybe it was episode 2, which I just recorded yesterday, G2. There might have been. Well, I know the word jardin because I am doing French on the Duolingo, and this word jardin has come up many, many times. Now we have the second form of garden, verb from 1577. We are starting with intransitive, which is to lay out or work in a garden. Excuse me, I'm just going to go do some gardening. I'm going to garden in the garden with my herbs and my fruits and my vegetables and my plants. I have some plants and flowers that I shall put into the garden while I am gardening. Transitive, number 1, to make into a garden. Oh, we're going to garden this area because we're going to make it rich and cultivated with greenery. Number 2, to ornament with gardens. Well, I think we covered all the options. You're going to work in the garden, you're going to make something into a garden, or you're going to add gardens to a thing. Like if you put gardens on top of a building, you have gardened your building. Gardener is a noun, and we know the etymology, so we're going to move on to The third form of garden. It's an adjective from the 15th century. Number 1, of relating to used in or frequenting a garden. So it's a garden thing. A garden thing is related to gardens, used in gardens. These plants, these are garden plants because you should put them in a garden. Number 2A, of a kind grown in the open as distinguished from one more delicate, as in garden plants. Or just garden plant, a singular plant. Okay, so it was kind of worded weird. I'll read it again. Of a kind grown in the open as distinguished from one more delicate. So there are different kinds of plants, and some of them are more delicate, and maybe they should be grown maybe more in a greenhouse where everything is enclosed and you don't have to worry about the elements, the weather, things like that. You can keep everything temperature controlled, but a garden plant is one that's like, yo, dude, I can be outside. Don't worry about me. I'm not delicate like those other plants. Let me be free. Let me deal with the torrential downpours or the strong winds. I can handle it. I got strong roots because I'm a garden plant. 2B, commonly found. That's the definition. The synonym, is garden variety, which will be later in this episode. Garden variety. Oh, it's just your garden variety podcast. The dictionary, it's commonly found. It's a very common podcast out there in the world. It's just your garden variety podcast. Or, in this context, it's just your garden podcast, because we can't say variety here. Next is garden apartment. 2 words, noun from 1946. It is a multiple unit low-rise dwelling having considerable lawn or garden space. Now, I guess I always thought a garden apartment was an apartment either on the first floor or maybe a basement or a half basement that was at garden level. But what you're telling me is that a garden apartment has multiple units, it's not very high, it's a low-rise dwelling, and it has lawn or garden space. It has a yard. It has a place where you can put your herbs. Okay. I guess my building would be a garden apartment. It only has 3 floors. There's a big courtyard in the middle. So it's a yard, a garden. There's things that are growing there. So I guess technically would that be a garden apartment? Next we have garden city. Noun from 1898. A planned residential community with park and planted areas. This is how cities should be. Cities should have much more park space, green space, plants, trees, all of that. Maybe the trees and stuff can be growing on the buildings. Let's just make it as green as possible. I want to go to a garden city. I want to look up pictures of a garden city. Not Gardeb. Garden City. Oh boy, where did the letters go? Here. There's one specifically called Garden City in the village of Long Island, New York. It's a village on Long Island in New York. Let's just look up other pictures of garden cities. Oh, they are green. Oh, some of them might not be real images. I don't know, but yes, this is where we all should be living so we can get all of that beautiful oxygen. What is this? Is this a woo-wee? Garden City Mega City by Woha Architects. Is this real? This looks like a fake image, I think. But the all of these balconies, it's a shot looking down, and there's these big old balconies with tons of green trees and stuff growing on them. And I don't know if I believe that this image is real, but it looks very cool. More green, please. Okay, next we got garden cress. 2 words, noun from 1577. It is an annual herb of the mustard family, sometimes cultivated for its pungent basil leaves. The species name is Lepidium sativum. The garden cress. Yeah, it's got some pungent basil leaves. And so if you like that sort of thing, then you should go find some garden cress. I'm just going to adjust my mic a little bit. It feels like it needs it. It said, "Oh, that was too much." Now that's feeling like it's all up in my face. Rawr. Next is garden heliotrope. 2 words, noun, from circa 1902. This is a tall rhizomatous old world valerian. Don't know what a valerian is. Widely cultivated for its fragrant tiny flowers and for its roots, which yield the drug valerian. Whoa, what is that? The species name is Valeriana officinalis, so it is the official valerian plant. The heliotrope, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about this drug valerian. That's where you get it from. It's tall, and it's rhizomatous, whatever that means. Rawr. Next is gardenia. Noun from 1760. It is any of a large genus of old world tropical trees and shrubs of the madder family with showy, fragrant white or yellow flowers. The genus name is gardenia. I have heard of these. I can't necessarily pick them out of a lineup. I guess I could look this up. Let's see. Gardenia. What do they look like? Oh, yes. Very beautiful, beautiful white flower this is. And some of them have some yellow on them as well. Looks like human-made almost. The name comes from Alexander Garden, who was a Scottish naturalist who died in 1791. So this plant was named in 1760 while Alexander Garden was still alive. And so did they pronounce their name that way? Garden? I don't know. Sure. What an interesting last name to have as a naturalist. Do you think that he changed his name to be Garden because he was a naturalist? Or was it just so meant to be? Next is Garden of Eden. 3 words. The first letters of Garden and Eden are capitalized. It is from 1535, although that's not accurate if this place ever existed. The synonym is just Eden. You'd think that Eden would send you to Garden of Eden, and then Garden of Eden would have a definition for this thing. But I think most of us probably know what this is. This is the place that's mentioned in the Bible where Adam and Eve were living, and it was just beautiful plants and animals and trees and all that beautiful stuff. All of the gorgeousness. Oh, it's an Eden. Oh, I want to live in it. Maybe a garden city is a Garden of Eden. But you can't eat the apples. Even though the doctor tells you to eat more apples, you can't eat them. Rawr. Next is garden rocket. 2 words, noun from 1597. The synonym is arugula, and I have heard that arugula is also called rocket, but I didn't know it was garden rocket. You grow it in your garden. And I don't know why they call it rocket. I find that interesting. Rawr. Garden variety, 2 words with a hyphen. It's an adjective from 1928. The synonyms are ordinary and commonplace. And I'm sorry, I am having this cough that I have been having for so long is not going away, and I think it's affecting my lungs. And so I'm having a hard time with this. So apologies if sometimes I sound weird. It's because my lungs get, I don't know, something, and I have to cough it out. But garden variety, I just have your garden variety lung cough problem right now. That makes sense. Rawr. Garden robe, 1 word. Now, technically, the pronunciation says that this is supposed to be pronounced gardrobe. Gardrobe? Okay, gardrobe. Because because I said it wrong. I think I said garden robe. It's not garden robe. Garderobe, gardrobe. Noun from the 15th century. Number 1, a wardrobe or its contents. The wardrobe, the cabinet, the thing that you put all your stuff in, and then the stuff inside of it is the gardrobe. Number 2, a private room. The synonym is bedroom. Ooh, the gardrobe is the... Shall we go to the gardrobe to sleep? Oh, yes, I want to go sleep. Number 3, the synonym is the number 1 definition for the word privy. Privy, and I don't know what that is. So, the etymology is Middle English from Old French, from garder, which means to watch, or guard, plus robe, which means clothing. So garder is to watch, to guard. I think garde manger. We learned that, very similar. It's the same word that it starts with. So watching or guarding over the clothing. The wardrobe holds the clothes, so it's guarding them. Your private room, your bedroom, also has your clothes in them, so it's holding them in that space. Very interesting. I don't know. I get it, but it's a little bit of a stretch for me. Gardrobe. I'm going to put my clothes in the gardrobe. And then we have wardrobe. I mean, I know what that is, but I never thought about the etymology. Roar. Next is gardyloo. 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 It is an interjection from 1622. It is used in Edinburgh. Edinburgh. How do you say this? There are so many ways. Even the Scottish people don't even know how to say this name, this word, this city. Edinburgh. Edinburgh? It's used there as a warning cry when it was customary to throw slops from the windows into the streets. What a time to be alive. What a time in the 1600s. Excuse me, I have slop, and my slop needs to be down there. I need it to be on the ground right now, so hey, gardyloo, here comes the slop. Oh boy. This is perhaps from the French gardeloo, which is Garde. Next word, a, the letter A with an accent. And then the next word is L'Eau! Exclamation mark or point. And that means, look out for the water. Gardeloo. Look out for the water. Pardon me, it's coming in. Well, yes, this makes very much sense to me. And then the Scottish people said, well, we got to Scottish size this, Scottify, Scottishize. Sure. We got to make it Scottish. So we're going to say gardyloo. Oh, I love that. Scottish people, all of you Scottish people who are checking out this podcast, do you say this? Do you use this word? Please and thank you. Rawr. Next is Gareth with a capital G. Noun from the 15th century. This is a knight of the Round Table and nephew of King Arthur. But of course, to me, as someone who grew up in the 80s, Gareth is not that at all. Gareth is the Goblin King. I'm pretty sure that is exactly what his name is. Played, of course, by David Bowie with his big hair and tight pants. So I guess I'm assuming that name for Labyrinth came from the Knights of the Round Table. Gareth was one of them, the nephew of King Arthur. Rawr. Next is garfish. Noun from the 15th century. The synonym is gar, which we talked about a couple episodes ago. Rawr. Now we have gargantua. Capital Gargantua. Gargantua. Noun from 1571. This is a gigantic king. Where's the king? The king is in Rabelais' Gargantua. That's a thing. I don't know. Is it a story? Probably a novel, maybe. Having a great capacity for food and drink. So Rebelai, I don't know how to say that. That must be the name of the person. Let's figure this out. Those are not the right letters at all. Rebelai. Oh, here we go. French writer Francois Rabelais, and they wrote Gargantua, which would that be technically then like a French word? Interesting. Yes, Gargantua is a novel. This says from 1534. Yeah, it's about a dude who could eat a lot, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna read this whole Wikipedia article about it, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and I guess it's about Gargantua. What does the first little paragraph say? Similar in structure to Pantagruel, but written in a more complex style, it recounts the years of apprenticeship and the warlike exploits of the giant Gargantua, a plea for humanist culture against the ponderousness of a rigid Sorbonnard education. Gargantua is also a novel full of verve, lexical richness, and often crude writing. Interesting. Yeah, so that's where this word comes from? Interesting. Now, all right. The word Gargantua now is French to me. Roar! Next and last word, it's related. We took that word Gargantua and we turned it into an adjective, gargantuan. It's an adjective often capitalized from 1596. This is tremendous in size, volume, or degree. The synonyms are gigantic and colossal, as in gargantuan waterfalls. Also, this podcast is gargantuan because it has over 2,000 episodes already, and we ain't slowing down. Yeah, this is just from Gargantua. All right, that's it for the words. And now we must pick a word of the episode. We are picking a word. We are picking a word. It's gonna be the word of the episode. Today we had garda, garde manger, garden, garden apartment, garden city, garden cress, garden heliotrope, gardenia, garden of Eden, garden rocket, garden variety, gardrobe, gardyloo, gardrobe. You have to emphasize the first syllable. Gardrobe. Gardyloo, gareth, garfish, gargantua, and gargantuan. And you know, of course, me being me, I have to pick gardyloo as the word of the episode. Gardyloo, watch out below. Gardyloo, here comes some slop. That's a wonderful song. A wonderful, beautiful song. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you about a movie. Whether you like it or not, you can't turn off this podcast. You have to listen all the way to the end. That is required. The next one I saw, this was still on a plane. It was The Hobby. And technically, there's a subtitle to it, which I didn't write down. I'm going to find that for you. It's all about board games. It's called The Hobby, Tales from the Tabletop. And it interviews and follows different people who love board games, who make board games, who are trying to get funding to get their board game made, and it's very fascinating. And highly recommend The Hobby. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere. Yeah, it's Fawsome, Plex, Roku, Prime. You can rent or buy for a handful of dollars. Anyway, it's fun. It's enjoyable, especially if you like games. All right, that's it for me for this episode. And look at this. If you are listening or watching this on the YouTube around when it's airing, we're almost at the new year, the year of 2026. Wow. Holy jerseys. All right, that's it. That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for checking it out. Please tell your friends, tell some people about it so they can watch it as well and listen to it. Until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. You,